Welcome and welcome back to my channel. This is Chavi Bhardwaj and I hope you guys are doing really well. So last week I talked about the 6-week challenge that I'm gonna run a relay marathon where my distance is meant to be 12.8 kilometers, and I am gonna build some habits so that I can later on continue that and make a proper schedule. And this is week 1 which just went by, and I have a few updates for you. I'm already in week 1 and I just feel that I have already been through a lot and I have done a lot, and I do feel a lot more productive than I was before. And yeah, basically on the first day, which was Monday, I ran 3 kilometers, which wasn't on a treadmill, it was an outside run, and it wasn't like that I ran regular. I did like intervals. Basically I ran very quick, like a sprint, and then I took a break for a few seconds or a minute or two, and then I again sprinted. So basically I did 3 kilometers on day 1, which was Monday. Then Tuesday, because I was feeling a bit like I didn't run properly and I didn't really did the 3 kilometers without stopping, because that makes me feel more pushed and makes me feel more confident in myself, and I can run a distance without really stopping in between. So on Tuesday I went to the gym and I ran 3 kilometers without stopping at a pace of 7:54 per kilometer. And I did some weights, I did some abs exercises. But basically what I realized was that running on a treadmill is so much difficult than running like outside, because in treadmill you can't see anywhere, and there's like a constant battle going on in your head. Should I stop now? Should I keep running? Oh my god, my body is giving up. And it's like a constant battle going on for the amount of period you are supposed to run, because basically there's nowhere else to look, or there's nothing to divert your mind rather than be in your mind. While when I run outside, I can see the trees, I can see around. If I run on roads, I can see the places. But I really did realize that running on treadmill was difficult. It's just a lot of mental battle. And yeah, I did some abs exercise and my stomach still hurts a bit because it was a bit difficult. I properly went to a gym or did proper sets of exercise after a long time. So yeah, Wednesday was more of an admin day for me. Basically, I went to the appointment of my Schengen visa because I'm going to Paris, and because I have an Indian passport, I do have to apply for Schengen visa, unlike others who don't have to. Pros and cons of, being an Indian. But yeah, so I went to my appointment to give my biometrics, and I did apply for this visa by myself, doing everything, all the documentations and everything by myself. And I would like to do a video on how to apply for a Schengen visa once I get it, because a girl got a proof, or got to have a proof before speaking anything on internet. So yeah, but I'm very excited and I am hoping that I'm gonna get it. And then I went to collect some things for Neerja, our company, because we have put Neerja for the quality thing, which is like the Great Taste Reward. So in the UK, every product, if you buy and it has that sticker of Great Taste Award, it is believed that it genuinely is a very good product and people trust in the product. So before launching, we thought that we should bring that award to our product, which brings more credibility, and while launch it would look definitely very much more cooler. So we applied for that and we have to submit it the last week, basically week 1 Friday-ish. So Wednesday I went and ran errands for the company, and I got the stickers and labels and everything that we needed to submit our product. And that was quite interesting because I felt very emotional, and while preparing our product to submit for one of the competitions, because we did have spent, and majorly my partner has spent a lot of time on getting it right and getting it just making it the nicest thing in the world. So yeah, very nice. We did it together, and Friday we did submit it, and the results are gonna be around June end, so hoping for the best as well. Wednesday was big day. Yeah, and then Thursday and Friday I was just basically doing my job. So my job schedule was 8 to 6, so it was a long day at work for me, and I couldn't really do much because I felt a bit exhausted after 8 to 6. You just want to sleep and don't want to do anything, or maybe spend some time with family or people around you. So I did that, and then Saturday I booked myself a spin class in the morning. I went for the spin Saturday morning at London Bridge. It was an amazing experience. I enjoyed it so much, although it was so painful. It was like a full body workout, not just like cycling, of course, if you go to a spin, but it was so good. I would definitely 10 on 10 recommend spin classes. And Sunday was more of a family day. I went to my cousin's housewarming party. They just bought a house. Congratulations to them. And it felt very emotional. I genuinely felt very emotionally happy for her and her husband, and it felt very nice to be a part of their small family housewarming party. The major one is coming up, and my nanny is coming to London for that. That is in May, and yeah, that was it. And then I came back home. I spent some time by myself, and I did some meal preps for the next week, and that's pretty much it. I realized that the entire week, energy-wise, wasn't very perfect. I was high. I had my highs and lows. Sometimes I was exhausted. Sometimes I felt very productive. It was like an up and down situation. But I do also realize that these 6 weeks are not for having perfect weeks or perfect days. It's majorly about consistency and showing up for myself the entire time, no matter what happens, even in the smallest of ways, and being more grateful for what I have, and being more grateful of the direction I am choosing to go into, because I'm lucky to be in a place where I can choose the direction I want to go in. Some people don't have that privilege. So yeah, that was my week 1 for the 6-week of challenge. And I also realized in this 1 week the reason why I felt all over the place since the beginning of this year was because I didn't have a structured plan. So initially my plan was that I'll divide my year into quarters and then set quarterly goals for the year and achieve them every 3 months, so I feel very fulfilled. But I don't really think that life does work that way. I mean, it can when you are in a bit more older in age, where your life is a bit more settled and you know what is happening. Of course you can set quarterly goals, of course you can still set monthly goals, but with me at my current position, where I'm also doing a course, I'm doing a full-time job, I'm trying to start a business with my partner, and I am still trying to work on YouTube, my social media, and there's everything falling into place and I need to make time for everything. I don't think that was a feasible plan, and I didn't really have a structure to that as well, which now I think my partner, actually me and him had a conversation about it, and he told me, and he asked me this question, that what are your pillars of life? When he was setting his goals a month or 2 back, he asked me this question, that what are your pillars of life on which you think your life is built upon? And he asked that question to a lot of people to understand what are the major pillars of life, to set the exact goals, and to move in the right direction in a structured way. And that definitely did give me the idea that life does stand on a certain pillars of life, and that's how you think about your goals, or that's how you should be forming your goals. So I came across this 6 pillars of life, which do have the most importance in, I think, everybody's life. But I would like to set my goals based on those 6 pillars in the upcoming 6 weeks. Wow, that I didn't think of, I promise. But yeah, so after these 6 weeks, when I have built certain habits and I'm used to certain habits, I want to structure my goals, and maybe then I'll come up with another challenge to achieve those goals, but that's for later. So those pillars are basically, number 1 is movement, Movement as in physical movement, physical activities, going to classes, running, going to gym, basically related to fitness. So what are my fitness goals, or how I'm gonna see my fitness in the upcoming rest of the year? Next is mine, which is basically relationships, because I'm a kind of person who does put relationships above and beyond everything else in my life. I feel I'm built and wired that way. Like if my mom is happy, I'll automatically feel happy. If my partner is happy, I'm automatically happy. So I think that is one important part of my life, and I would like to maintain those relationships in a nicer way. Basically, which is, I live abroad and I have a lot of people back at home who I love and adore, and I can't imagine my life without them, even though they are so many miles apart. But I think the mind part would be to keep my relationships the way they are, or to keep connecting with them once a week, or maybe make a schedule, like a calling routine. Like once a week I call one friend, I call my mom once every 2 days or every day, whenever I get the chance to. Don't judge me on that. Sometimes I get very busy. Then the third M is mind. So mind is basically being intellectual, learning new things off YouTube, or learning new things off anywhere, maybe a podcast, reading a book, basically increasing my knowledge. That is mind. So that is something all of us should consider. Fourth thing is money in terms of just financial terms. What is my goal to clear off my educational debt? What is my goal to save? What is my goal in the next year? How much money I'm seeing and how much money I want to make. And then related to that is the fifth one, which is career. So how do I push my career in a way that I can balance my money goals, and how do I make my money goals realistically so that it aligns with my career? And then the last one is meaning. So meaning is in terms of spirituality, because I believe that God has given me everything, and Shiva is basically, I believe in Shiva, and I feel he is in place of my father, and he is taking care of me when I'm miles apart from my family, and he does take care of everything, and he has been there all the time. Trust me, I have seen it. So I naturally fall into this place where I just want to focus on my spirituality. I do want to keep a routine where I do Hanuman Chalisa every day, or I do my prayers every day. I don't want to name it because I feel everybody has their own gods, and everybody believes in their own gods, which is good, but the faith should be a part of your life. And if you don't align with me, that's okay as well. If you are somebody who doesn't believe in God, but there must be something you believe in which brings meaning into your life. So there you go, that's yours. So yeah, working on these 6 pillars, aligning my goals around these 6 pillars is the goal after these 6 weeks, when I am ready mentally, because I'm already in a zone where I feel accomplished, where I feel, okay, what next? And I think that would be the right time to do it. And I feel when this is just clear in your head and you are aware of what you think you're doing, or how you're moving in a direction, or whatever, like, it's just when you have a clear structure in your head, it gets easier to embark on that journey. And if it did help you to bring some perspective, or if it did help you and you felt connected and you felt like you also want to write your goals the similar way, then do drop me a comment down and let me know more about it. I would love to listen about how you feel or how you think. So this was week 1, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Share to all those friends you think are aligning with this video or do want to set their goals. Maybe they'll get some perspective around how to do it. And yeah, that's it. See you in week 2. Bye bye. Take care.